Next up at UFC Vegas 73, we have the brand new main event. This fight was supposed to happen last week. Yeah,
it was
UFC
supposed to happen
Charlotte.
last week.
They moved it to the main event for this week for no issue. There were no issues. Nobody was hurt. There wasn't anything. They basically were like, hey, this card sucks. What fight can we move that doesn't also make this
the best one? And we're going to put it at the main event, baby.
Yeah, so we have now a 5-round fight between Mackenzie Dern and Angela Hill. It's actually an interesting fight. Mackenzie Dern, 12-3 overall, 3-2 in her last 5. She's coming off that loss to Yan Jinan, where she went 2 for 11 in takedown attempts. She's taking on Angela Hill, 15-12 overall. Oh, this fight's already putting me to sleep. 15-12 overall, 2-3 in her last 5. She is riding a nice 2-fight win streak. And here's the deal with this fight. There's only so many times I could break down Mackenzie Dern, shit on her wrestling, make fun of her fake accent, and then whatever. So I'm not going to do all of that. I guess I do have to shit on the wrestling because at the end of the day, this entire fight will come down to, can Mackenzie Dern get the takedowns? She doesn't necessarily need the takedowns for a submission. We've seen her submit people without getting a takedown. We've seen her have people in some very real trouble without an actual takedown. Angela Hill, long, crafty, high IQ, savvy striker, can dance around, knows what is in front of her and the danger that's in front of her. But what makes this more tricky, when this was a 3-round fight, I said Angela Hill's going to win this fight. 3 rounds, 15 minutes. I think Angela Hill wins this fight. Moving this to 5 rounds actually changes it for me because Mackenzie Dern, while her takedowns are an abysmal 11%, that's just such a horrific number. When your number one skill set, your path to victory will always be on the mat, and you have no ability to get it there, it makes literally no sense to me whatsoever. And all of these Brazilians, both real and fake in this case, all they do is they say, wow, I'm so good at jiu-jitsu. They go to a gym, and then instead of focusing on wrestling and their ability to use the jiu-jitsu, they focus on their striking, which is great. You need all the things, but focus on the freaking wrestling. Mackenzie Dern has focused on the striking, and we've seen those improvements. Her striking is actually pretty decent. She lands well. She comes forward. It's clean. She's insanely tough, but her wrestling is just as trash today as it was when she first came into the UFC, and she continues to lose decisions because of it. But again, what makes this tough is because she's tough, and Angela Hill's not dangerous. So Angela Hill has to fight a perfect fight for 25 minutes to win this fight. And she doesn't have power in her hands to get Mackenzie out of there. She's just going to have to be jabbing and moving, sticking and moving. And can she do it for 25 minutes? Probably. But also maybe not, right? Like she may get held against the cage a little too long and Mackenzie will start to climb her. And Mackenzie does get a little pathetic and desperate in the fights, but she's not a butt-scooting Kron Gracie who's not going to throw a punch. Mackenzie will come forward, launching punches, shooting takedowns, trying to make something happen. So as much as it pains me to see the low takedown percentage, she at least tries. So I do think the extra 2 rounds helps Mackenzie here because she's so tough. Look at the Yan Jinan fight. She lost that fight. Her takedowns were pathetic, but there was not one single minute in that fight where Mackenzie Dern was not coming forward trying to win that fight on her own terms, not laying there desperate, coming forward, trying to make something happen. So I think the extra rounds give Mackenzie a little more time. And yes, Yan Jinan just beat her in 5 rounds, and so did, what's her name? Marina Rodriguez, I believe. Was that who it was? Yeah. Beat her in 5 rounds by avoiding the takedowns. I do think Mackenzie Dern can win this fight, probably wins this fight. I'm not spending a nickel. There's just too much. How could you spend your money on Mackenzie Dern? How could you spend your money on her? After what she's done, how could you do that, Jake? Why are you spending your money on her, Jacob? Why?
I'll tell you why, and then I'll tell you why I kind of regret that decision as well. But it is a play for premium. So if you're a premium member, you can check out that. Go to WeWantPicks.com, become a premium member. It's only $10 a month. But Mackenzie is a dog, man. I mean, she is an absolute dog. She is absolutely relentless. She is going to be, and this is no disrespect to Angela, because Angela Hill is a very tough girl herself. I think she's going to be the tougher fighter in this matchup. You mentioned the Yan Jinan fight, 5 rounds. She threw over 300, almost 350 total strikes in that fight against a girl that was a much better striker than her. She did the same thing with Marina Rodriguez. I mean, just absolutely.
You okay? That was a bad one.
I just get excited sometimes. I apologize.
Okay,
I'm passionate about the sport. I fucking love this shit, man. I mean, you try to shit on me by trashing my bet before the fight started, so I just got a little amped up and ready to go. I actually didn't even know you
had that. I thought I was going to get it. What? I didn't bet on her. And then you're like, I did. It's like, oh.
Yeah, so that's typically how that goes. But I mean, she's going to be moving forward, and this is a matchup that does stylistically work for her a little bit better because Angela is not a dynamic striker. She's not a powerful striker, but she is a very, very good striker. But she's a good striker when it's kind of a 50-50 pressure situation. If you kind of pressure her, she kind of loses some of her tools in my mind when I watch her fight. And I think that's exactly what Mackenzie Dern is going to do. That issue is when it comes to Mackenzie in this fight. There's a twofold here. First of all, she talked about how her camp has been a mess. Media day was today. She talked about, I went through a divorce. I did this. I did that. My coaches left. I switched. I fired my manager, whatever. I can't remember what it was, but it sounded like her whole camp was a complete mess. Red flag immediately, right? I didn't know that when I placed my bet on Mackenzie Dern. If I knew that ahead of time, I probably wouldn't place a bet on Mackenzie Dern. That's just full transparency there. But she did mention one thing that I did kind of like in that interview, and that is I always felt the need, this is her talking, I always felt the need of getting the fight to the ground. I felt like I always had to chase the fight to go to the ground. And yes, she was using her striking, but it was always to kind of get in those clinch positions, try to work takedowns in those positions. Now she's starting to realize, hey, I don't necessarily need to force the takedowns like that. Let's let them come naturally. Let's kind of lull them to sleep. And now this is not the quote anymore. I'm just saying this is probably her mindset of let's just kind of go through the normal flow of a fight and see if the takedowns will present themselves. And in a fight like this, I kind of like that because if she comes in and is just shooting terrible takedown after terrible takedown, I don't like that against Angela Hill. But if she comes in and just kind of use her pressure, she's going to get beat up a little bit. But in a female fight, the person that is moving backwards in a decision is normally going to lose that fight. I mean, that's just the way the judges see it. Unless you are like tripling the volume off your back foot, and she's not going to be able to do that against a girl like Mackenzie Dern. So I was much higher on Mackenzie Dern going in this fight before I learned about, obviously I knew about the divorce. Trust me, I knew about the divorce, right? I mean, that was not news to me. Some people are just finding that out. I knew that a while ago. And sometimes that is, we saw the flip side with JP. I said, oh, JP is going to be so motivated from the Cheyenne thing. By the way, Cheyenne's pregnant now. I don't know if you know about that, but Roman Delene's doing a thing, dropping loads.
You're positive?
I don't know if it really is, but he was not at the gender reveal, I'll tell you that. But sometimes a woman scorn is, that is a real thing. I support my women. I love my women. Women are the greatest. If you are a single woman, let me know. But I think Mackenzie Dern get this done, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the same. Very low confidence pick, but we're on the same side here. One of the most important things I want to point out on this graphic is the American flag. Mackenzie Dern is American. Went to high school in America, middle school in America. Speaks English, but developed there is video of her having zero accent whatsoever existing.
I love him.
And then now she talks
jiu-jitsu. My name Mackenzie Dern, black belt jiu-jitsu.
It's crazy. I think she went to school in Rhode Island or Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
And I get it. Like her dad is from another country. My mom is from another country. I'm the first one in my family born in this country. Growing up, English wasn't my first language. Italian was. And then I fucked up in school so bad. They're like, no more Italian at the house.
My dad is from Newcastle, Indiana, which barely speaks English as well.
Yeah. But at no point ever would my speech somehow get worse living in this country. Worse.
I don't know. I think I'm starting. Have you noticed my little Portuguese? A little bit. My little Portuguese accent coming out. It's
right there. Yeah, no, it's right there. Yeah. $9,100 in DraftKings. Man, I have to look at what she scored in those 5-round losses. And if she actually scored decent, it's like, okay, add 30 for the win, and then even more if you think there's a finish. So I got to look a little closer. $9,100 seems steep, but this is a 5-round fight. And as you mentioned, she threw 350 strikes in a fight against a much better striker. So she comes forward and she tries to make stuff happen. So it's probably money well spent, honestly, in DraftKings if you think she gets it done. But I'm going to see what she scored in the loss.
Spend it. I would spend it. I mean, I have multiple bank accounts. I have offshore money, Mackenzie. I've got crypto still. Unfortunately, I've got all sorts of money, Mackenzie. Now I'll spend it all.
Good luck. I can't wait till you start getting phishing emails. Hello, this is Mackenzie Dern, DURN.
Hey, it's fine with me. I'll play it. Just like Shallow Hal, he thought he had the hottest girl in the world. It's as long as you think you do, that's all that matters, man. I love that movie. If you were dating who's the hottest? He's like, who's the hottest girl in the world in your mind? He's like, Wonder Woman, no question. When he's trying to example. Now imagine that you were dating Wonder Woman, but nobody knew. He's like, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care what anyone else thought. That's exactly what I had. It's like, oh shit. Yeah. It's just so funny how fast he answers. Who's the hottest woman alive? Wonder Woman, no question.
Yeah, of all the comic book character. Anyway, back to fight stuff. There has been some line movement. People less and less confident on Mackenzie Dern every single day. In the quick picks, I said I'm going to bet Mackenzie Dern wins inside the distance, decision, no action. If it's a decent line, it is not a decent line. It was minus 900. It was minus 900. Because
wait, what was it? What'd you say? Sorry, I zoned out.
Dern inside the
distance,
I don't know what the
decision,
Celtics no action.
Right now is what I'm saying. I don't know what the Celtics.
Well, we're going to be out here in a minute or two. Just fucking relax.
Inside the distance, decision, no action is minus 600. Oh, 600.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not worth it. I mean, maybe parlay it, but 600 is starting to take off there. But this fight
is how you say "juste." How you say "juste"?
Juste.
Is "juste"?
Anyway, we cut these videos up and send them to the fighters. So sorry,
love
Mackenzie.
You, Mackenzie. Hey, I've been trying, Mackenzie. I've been trying to learn Portuguese. And I think you'd be a great, a phenomenal teacher. I think I could stay at
bilingual.
I think I could get some detentions.
Okay. Guys, it's not just Jakey and I making this community great. It's also our community. We have some of the sharpest community out there. These screenshots, these are random screenshots. People have been tweeting us and posting in the Discord. They're winning tickets. They're winning DraftKings lineup for 2 weeks. We have counted over $150,000 in winnings over the last 2 weeks from you all. Some of that is from advice we've given you, but all of it is from premium members. These are premium members. We have which is over 2,000 of them, and they're the sharpest group in this space. Because yes, a lot of people show up, they want to copy paste. A lot of other people are there for the tools, are there for the information, for the insight. They have their own ideas. They want to see our bets, and if it aligns, they'll hit it. If not, they won't, and that's fine. Become a premium member today. Join this phenomenal community of absolute winners. $78,000 DraftKings ticket, $50,000 DraftKings ticket, $13,000 DraftKings ticket, $2,000. Thank you note from Jonathan saying, I'm actually making a good second income through the tools on your website. Thanks for the advice. Cheers. And the tools are the line movement tracker. We have several things on the website available to you to use every single day for every single event. There's a break next week, but not for premium. All of these tools are going to be updated. That information will be there ready for you. WeWantPicks.com, only $10 a month. You're also going to get detailed data, metrics, analytics. Again, this Sunday, the website will flip, as it does every single Sunday, flips to the next event. If the next event's a week away, 10 months away, all of that information gets uploaded, gets flipped, and that is available to you instantly for every single card. And it's not just me and Jakey Boy. We have Artem from New Zealand without the understanding of sarcasm. And Artem's breaking down, yes, the UFC fights, but also every other promotion, Bellator, PFL, Cage Warrior, all of the other promotions. Artem is doing breakdowns, giving you bets, giving you picks, and that is available on his premium page. And as always, if you want $50 for free, I will send you $50. Just go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up with any one of our betting partners. Make a deposit. I will send you $50. Jakey Boy, any last words for the peeps.
Yeah, I'm just not sure what the Celtics are doing. And if the Celtics don't win this game, I'm out a lot of money. So.
Well, good luck on the Celtics. Join Jacob's live stream on Saturday, and I will be on vacation next week. So,
oh wow, doesn't care about the channel.